Listening to The Sports Nuts.
And good evening and welcome to another edition of the Post-Game Show. My name is Ralph Williams from RW Media Productions. I am your host for the show, along with Pensman Sports, who is by phone. He's out and about. And I want to say to Pensman to say prayers for Mrs. Pensman there. So he's at at a hospital there in Lebanon, Pennsylvania. So I just want to let everyone know, please send some prayers out to Mrs. Pensman. And we are live here at Studio 10 in Berlin, Maryland. And today's Steeler game, it's better to be lucky than good. They were, again, lucky. They weren't good in the second half. They couldn't score points, getting penalties, all kinds of ridiculous things going on. And DK Metcalf pulling a George Pickens. And we'll talk about all this coming up. But first, we're in the Mata Heating and Air Conditioning Studios, 724-201-0500, Mata Heating and Air Conditioning. And also, we're sponsored by Mike Dotson Realty, Ocean City, Maryland, 410-596-1681. If you're coming to Ocean City for 2026, my suggestion to you right now is pick up the telephone, leave Mike a message on his voicemail, 410-596-1681, and say, Mike, I need a short-term rental. I don't want to pay the hotel prices. So call him today. That number again, 410-596-1681, Mike Dotson Realty. Pensman, welcome to the program. It's great to have you on. I know I was going to be doing this solo, and then you got in touch with me about 10 minutes ago and said I'm coming on by phone. I appreciate you being here today. Let's get started with this about this game here. First, we're going to go to our comments section. Also, don't forget, please, that we are live on the Sports Nuts Network. We're also live on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter X. And we're also live on in Terrell, Texas on KFCE, and also on the Tiger Nation Network in Oklahoma, Texas, and Missouri. If we're not on live, the show will be uploaded later on. So I just want to let everyone know that as well. All right. Also, don't forget to join us during the week because we're simulcasted on these stations as well. What is this about? This is the post game for the Steeler-Lions game. That's what this is about. So seems like we lost Pensman there for a minute. All right. All right. Also, there we go. There's Pensman. He's back. All right. All right.
My bad.
That's okay. Don't worry about it. All right. Hello. All right. Hello to everybody here in the comments section here as we go along here. Thank you. All right. And like I said, this is the Steeler post-game show. And we do this every 30 minutes after every Steeler game that is not, and I repeat, not on Sunday night at 8 o'clock or on Monday Night Football or on Thursday night
There you go.
Yeah, because some people have work schedules and don't feel like being on after midnight. So there you go. All right, Pensman, let's get started here. How many times have I said this? I'll say it again. It's better to be lucky than good. Steelers were lucky today. They got lucky in the end that they were able to finally, and I mean finally, get aggressive in some sacks and some turnovers and some things like that. They need to continue to do this, or else they're going to lose these other two games. And I'm hoping that they don't do that. And I'm hoping that this all works out for the better. So since I've been waiting for this show, well, thank you. I appreciate that. All right. So anyway, Pensman, getting back to the game itself, DK Metcalf pulled a George Pickens move. I don't know what the penalty is going to be on that, if there's going to be anything. The refs didn't see it. He punched a fan. I don't know what the fan said to him. The first story coming out of Tony Romo's mouth was that he
second story.
Yeah.
Second story. Did you see the first one?
No, I didn't see the first one, but Tony Romo said that he was suspended for the rest of the game because of him punching that fan. But then I saw him run out there, and that's when I said Tony Romo's full of you-know-what. So,
yeah.
24/7 Media, Tiger Stripes Media says good evening. Thank you. And there we are, Tiger Stripes Media again. Thank you. Brian Pettit. All right. Pensman, 29-24 victory. Go ahead, Pensman.
The first one, somebody, I don't know which one, I didn't really get a glimpse of it, but somebody tackled Jared Goff, got up, and then somebody flicked off gave the bird to the Lions bench, and then Romo said that, well, that's going to be a hefty fine. I didn't know if you saw
exactly.
that or not.
No, I didn't see that one, but I did see the DK Metcalf thing, and fortunately the official didn't see it.
5 minutes before that.
Sportsnut says, how are you? And it says NBC said that DK will be suspended. Well, we'll see. I don't believe nothing until I see it. And I was very, very unhappy with the officiating in this game, Pensman. I had said many times in our texts going back and forth today that I thought the officials were going to ruin this for the Steelers because they continuously, especially after they didn't see the DK Metcalf thing with the fan. Right after that, if you notice, they started calling penalties left and right on the Steelers. And I thought that they were really out to get the Steelers here in this game until the end of the game. Then, I said, well, you know what?
Before that.
Yeah, exactly. And that Darnell Washington thing, that's not pass interference. Just because you pushed the guy, knocked the guy down, that's not pass. He didn't put his hands on the guy. All he did was knock him down, So I don't get that. I mean, some of these calls today were just erroneous, and it was just bad. All right. Did you say it's been plenty of times it said it wasn't all over? The clock hit zero. Yeah, exactly. Clock hit zero, and at the end, and they said the game was over and that there was no touchdown because of a penalty. And so there you are. Now, Tony Romo said that if the penalty were to be on the defense, they would have to put time back on the clock, and the offense, it would have been a touchdown. But it was on the offense, so that the clock goes to zero. According to what Romo said, that's the rule. So that's
that wasn't even a live play. The whistle's blown.
No, the whistle was blown. The penalty flags were out there already. So there was no way that Goff that was a touchdown. But I'm glad we won. It wasn't pretty, but who cares? Some of our games this year have not been pretty. So I like that from Tiger Stripes or the Sports Nuts there. He said, yeah. So all right. Don't forget to like and subscribe to all of our Facebook pages, YouTube channels, and everything. Pensman Sports, Brian Pettit. We're all part of the Sports Nuts Network. Brandon Keeler. I want to thank Brandon for being part of the show today here on the comments section. Brian Pettit's on with Tiger Stripes Media. And so it's been one of those days today as well. So the offensive PI, it's a 10-second runoff. Oh, okay. There we are. Thank you for that.
Yeah.
And
about the 8-second runoff.
Finally won a game, and Tampa Bay blew it again today. Oh my gosh, did they blow it? Man, Tampa's Tampa Bay, Peter Blake, our friend down in Amped Up Sports, he's not a happy camper. Tampa fans, they're calling for Todd Bowles' head down there. So I don't know what's going on with them, but they lost again today. Miami got blown out by the Bengals. We'll get into some scores later on. Jaylen Warren, how about a game he had today, Pensman? Touchdowns, over 100 yards rushing. Gainwell was all over the field. Jonnu Smith and the sweep plays that they've been running. How about that fake hand or that handoff to Gainwell that confused the Lions defense on that one touchdown? Go ahead.
Do you agree with Tomlin that Gainwell has the best hands on the Steelers?
Yes, I do. I do agree with him.
Over Metcalf and over.
Well, Metcalf's dropping passes every game, Pensman. I mean, he dropped the pass today.
Metcalf in general, not this year, but
well,
I don't know.
Well, see, Metcalf was the second receiver in Seattle. He wasn't even the first receiver. So yeah, Mickey Delaney's checking in as well, and see what Sportsnut says here. He says, "How often does the hold on a minute? Does the first win in Atlanta against Arizona? Wow, yeah. By the way, today I want to let everyone know that Chris Udoka started today for the Kansas City Chiefs. Now, those of you who don't remember who Chris Udoka was, he was the one who was drafted the same draft as Brock Purdy, and the Steelers let Brock Purdy go and didn't bother to draft him or pick him up or draft him or whatever, and he let him go to the 49ers. And look what he's doing there. And Udoka started today for the Kansas City Chiefs, and he also has a Super Bowl ring because he was with the Chiefs when they were in the Super Bowl a few years back. So Chris Udoka got a start today, Pensman. I just want to let you know that Kansas City Chiefs, so they're reeling right now. So,
Oh, no.
But anyway, all right.
Done.
Okay, any final comments, and then we'll get into some NFL scores here about this game today. I thought the defense played pretty well. Jack Sawyer, I told everybody, Jack Sawyer was going to be the man. And he is. He's the man. He was involved in a lot of tackles today. I saw great play coming from Jack Sawyer. How about Y.A. Black with that deflection? Almost had an interception there. Eccles. It was pretty much a pretty good team effort. Ramsey got involved a few times. And, Patrick Queen's doing better and better every time. So, I just want to let everyone know that. Now, those of you just tuning in, this is the post-game show. Steelers win 29-24. My name is Ralph Williams. I am the host of the show, and let me talk to you. And what do you want to talk about? So we're talking about the Steelers and the Detroit Lions. Next week, the Steelers play the Cleveland Browns next week at Cleveland, 1 o'clock start time. We're going to find out exactly how the Steelers play here. Cleveland gave Buffalo a game today. They didn't lose by much. And I'll have that score for you coming up later on. Cincinnati won today. They blew out the Miami Dolphins. We'll talk about that later on as well. Ravens played tonight against New England. We need New England to beat the Ravens. Then we'll really be ahead of the game. And the Ravens are going to be weakened down. So when we play them in the final game of the year, we can beat them up just like we did when we played them in Baltimore. All right. Pensman.
All we have to do is win next week.
Win next week, exactly. Yes. And then I'd like to see us I'd like to see the Ravens lose tonight, lose next week, and then come into Pittsburgh all lopsided and floppy and whatever and end up losing again. So that would be nice. If we win next week, we win the division because we got the most wins in the division.
Right.
So believe it or not.
If they win or lose.
That's right. That's right. So, all right, let's get rolling here. Tonight, Ravens and Patriots. We need the Patriots to win tonight. I didn't think I'd be rooting for the Browns today, but I didn't want Buffalo to really move around, but the Bills pulled it out at the last minute. All right, Texans beat the Raiders today. Final score was 23-21. Actually turned into a nail biter at the end. Jacksonville Jaguars beat the Denver Broncos. They're in the playoffs, 34-20. I think they win their division as well, and first time in a while. Good work by Liam Cohen, their new head coach. And, so it's been a while since they've been in the playoffs as well. All right, let me see here what we got going on here.
Didn't take them to the playoffs?
Yeah, he did. He took them to the playoffs once, I think. I believe 1 year he did. Yeah.
That's what I mean.
Yeah. All right, let's get the rest of the scores here. Final in overtime
Chargers.
last night. Packers and Bears.
Chargers beat the Cowboys.
Yeah, Chargers beat the Cowboys today. Rams and Seahawks. That was the final in overtime on Thursday night. Seahawks 38, Rams 37. Last night, Bears 22, Packers 16. How about the Bears beating the Packers last night? Oh my gosh. All right, and then we have the Vikings and the Giants. The Vikings win 16-13. Hey, that division's a bunch of mishmash up there in the NFC North there, Pensman. Detroit losing today.
JJ McCarthy hurt his hand too.
Oh, wow. Jeez.
So
he's hurt again. Calvin Austin's hurt again. He's back in the tub. Can't help the club if you're in the tub. Calvin Austin.
Yeah.
I've said he's been a mash case all year. So, all right, AFC North. AFC North, Bills 23, Browns 20. And I believe the Bengals blew out the Miami Dolphins today. Let me find that score. Here we go. 45-20. Yeah, 45-21. Bengals blow out the Dolphins in Miami. Chargers beat the Cowboys. Cowboys are out of the playoffs 34-17. The other night.
Touchdowns.
Yes. Yeah, he did. Eagles 29. The Commanders 18. Commanders had a bad season this year. So it's been,
had a concussion.
Yeah, I saw that. I watched a little bit of that game. Yeah. My friend Claudio Rosano likes Marcus Mariota. He thinks he's one of the better backup quarterbacks in the league, which I believe he is.
He's a decent he's backup. He can't start, but he's a decent backup.
Yep. Just like Jacoby Brissett's been holding the fort down with the Cardinals this year. The Jets lost again, which of course is no thing there, but the Saints, Kellen Moore got his 5th win today. Final was 29-6. Chiefs lose to the Titans. How do you lose to the Titans? Well, you got that Chris Njoku as their starting quarterback today. That explains it. Cam Ward actually had one of his better games. So
and they don't care. They don't care.
No, they don't. And they have Open Door Moore on their offensive line with the Titans with an $80 million contract. So there you go. Yeah, the Falcons. Hey, I got to give it to the Falcons and Raheem Morris for Brandon Keeler. The Falcons win today. Finally, they won today. They beat I think they beat Tampa Bay today. Yeah, they did. They beat the Buccaneers. Or Arizona. I'm sorry. They beat Arizona. Yeah.
First time in 24 years.
Yeah, they beat Arizona today. So, but yes.
That's the first time in 24 years that they won in Arizona since 2001.
Yeah, that's what Brandon was telling me earlier before I came on the air. Brandon said this first time since 2021 or 2001 that they've won in Arizona. Wow, that's a bad streak. All right, Sports Nuts says still say the Falcons still fire. Yeah, they're going to fire Raheem Morris. That's going to happen. I don't see Mike McDaniel staying with Miami either, Pensman. We could talk a little bit about some of these coaches getting fired. I think Pete Carroll gets fired down in with the Las Vegas Raiders, unless by some stretch of the imagination the Davis family decides to keep him. But I see him getting fired. And who knows? Aaron Glenn might be a one-year wonder up in the Jets. He might get fired. So we've already had some coaches that have been fired. The Giants, Brian DeBoer, fired. And also with the Tennessee Titans, Brian Callahan fired. His dad left too, the offensive line coach, Bill Callahan. So with all that, what do you think? Who do you think gets fired at the end of the season? Do you think Todd Bowles gets fired, or does he stay in Tampa?
I think Todd Bowles stays. I think Raheem Morris gets fired.
Fire Morris. There you go.
Yeah. I think Mike Daniels gets fired, but I think Todd Bowles stays. Yeah,
I think he's going to stay too. I mean, you and I got friends in Tampa, and they tell me that the consensus is they're going to keep him. Todd Bowles is another Mike Tomlin. He 9-8, satisfying for Tampa fans down there. For the organization itself. So he's just the same way. Let's see what Brandon has to say here. All says is that bye to Raheem Morris. In sync. Yeah, bye. Yeah. No, how about Steen? Hey, goodbye. How about Steam? Yeah, there you go. Yeah. That's- everybody forgets about Steam's song. Hey, goodbye. Yeah, that would be an interesting one. All right, let's see what we got on Facebook here. I'm going to check our Facebook page here in a second.
She's over here shaking her head.
Oh my. Yeah, I haven't heard that song in a while. I should play that on Thursday. Well, I won't be back till next year
Bye, bye,
on my
bye.
music show. Bye. Yeah, in sync. So one time in the '90s when they first came out, I was down in Vegas. They were playing at the MGM. That was interesting. I didn't go see them though, but they were at the MGM. So, all right, we're on live on my Sports Corner Facebook page if you're interested in responding or commenting on anything. We're also live on the Sports Nuts Network Facebook page, YouTube channel. We're also on Pensman Sports. We're also on Tiger Stripes Media and several other platforms as well. All RW Media Production shows that are online, except for the Saturday Sports Show, will continue to air on Saturdays. Because of the college football stuff going on. The college football show will continue to air, but we will be back in full starting January 5 on RW Media Productions. And Sports Nuts Network is adding an extra day starting at the beginning of the year. They will be adding their on Monday, and it'll be Monday, Tuesday, and Friday starting in January. So at the first of the year, because I believe the first is on a Thursday. And let's see, 2, 3, 4, 5 is on a Monday. So it'll be the 5. We'll be back January 6th with the Sports Corner show here on the Sports Nuts Network. And also don't forget to tune into all RW Media Production shows. We'll be back to full schedule starting on January 6th. And the Ralph's Opinion show will be on my personal YouTube channel coming back January the 7th. 7:30 p.m. And if I decide to move it to another network, or if I decide to, or if it makes it on radio, and just to let everyone know, don't forget on during the weekend of Ralph, the Ralph Williams Show, every single Saturday morning 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. on 1250 a.m. The Answer 92.5 up in Pittsburgh, the Answer, and also don't forget about the Ralph Williams Show on Wednesday. 3 to 4 p.m. on Philadelphia station 860 a.m. WWDB. I'm in the city of brotherly love. They're giving me a lot of brotherly love these days. So I just want to let you know what's going on in Philly. The Eagles actually won their game as well this week. A lot of games this week, Pensman, bowl games, college games, NFL, getting their hand in the pie as well, and everything else. But Aaron Rodgers had a really good game today for the Steelers. I thought his managing of the game, and I thought that the Steelers did pretty well until the end. I thought they kind of fell apart a little bit at the end. I'm sorry, what was that?
28 to 42.
Yeah, he had a good game. He really did. And, so, all right, it also says, what's this here? I can't even see that. Oh, okay. Spina waving to you. Hey, how you doing? All right, there you go.
Aspen's waving.
Aspen's waving. There we go. Yeah, I'm having a little issues with my eyes tonight, Mike.
No, that's
I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm having a little issues with my eyes a little bit tonight. So, but anyway, all right, Pensman. Anything else you want to talk about tonight here for the NFL or anything else? What do you think about DK Metcalf with that fan?
I wanted to get into it. Yeah, I wanted to talk about that. When you're a professional athlete, you're supposed to ignore. Actually, this is kind of funny that this actually happened because I was on the Sports Nuts and we actually talked about this. When you're a professional athlete, fans are going to do whatever you can to get under your skin. I know I did to Kevin Garnett and other people, and I got on Tony Romo's because I called him something that I can't say right now, but you got as a professional athlete, you're supposed to ignore the fans and just go on, and that's it. But you can't go and just be tolerable and can't go and uppercut somebody in the face. That's just uncalled for. And then
that's unprofessional.
And that guy that gave him the middle finger, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what
Yeah.
to say. I don't know what's going on with Pittsburgh Steelers.
Well, here's what I think happened, Pensman, and I'll say this once, I'll say it again. The bird, the middle finger, whatever they call it these days, the American salute. I've already heard that one. Okay,
Right.
I hear that once you do that now, that's fighting words. That's exactly what I'm hearing nowadays. That's the common thing now with that. Before you just ignored it and said forget it. Now you do that. It's fighting words. That means you want to fight or whatever. And I know a guy who.
You're older than I am, but I don't remember any time in Steeler history that it got this bad.
No, I don't remember it either. I really don't, except for George Pickens. Pickens did a couple of things with some fans.
George Pickens didn't. George Pickens never fought somebody.
No, he didn't. I mean, he always would say things to fans and get them upset. He would throw stuff at them, but
saying stuff that's normal, but actually uppercutting somebody and giving somebody the middle finger. Come on, people.
Well, this has been an undisciplined Steeler team since Mike Tomlin has been the coach. And, there's been a lot of stupid things that some players have done on the field and whatnot. And I want to say the officiating today in this game was horrible. And I want to tell you, when Darnell Washington got pushed to the sideline, somebody on the sideline of the Detroit Lions, one of the players, touched him. That's a sideline infraction. That was not called.
Right.
Okay? There were a lot of stuff that Detroit did that was not called. Yeah, every time. And, the interesting part about this whole thing here is that as soon as DK Metcalf got involved with that fan and the officials didn't see it, and I guess they heard about it, but they didn't see it, that they could call it, okay? And I didn't see anything from the replay booth. I don't know. Okay, what they saw. But then all of a sudden, the officials started calling penalties against the Steelers, and a lot of these penalties were stupid. I mean, just nonsense calls, all right? And I said this before, and I'll say it again. Stupid never takes a vacation. Metcalf should have never did that, and that's exactly what it is, all right? But again, you don't pick on the Steelers because of Metcalf or what he did because you didn't get a chance to make the call because you blew it by not seeing it, okay? That's not anyone else's problem but yours, the officials. All right, and the referees. Terrible calls tonight. It was just bad. And fortunately for the Steelers, they owed us that one at the end. So there you go.
We'll see what Roger Goodell and the NFL committee comes up with the Pittsburgh Steelers. There's going to be fines. Yeah,
there'll probably be some fines involved. And Mike Tomlin was hot with the official, and I don't blame him a couple times. In fact, I saw him go like this one time to the one official when he came over to try to tell him something. He just went like that to him, So I think Mike Tomlin was getting real frustrated, and but I don't know why he got his 9th win today. It's the standard 9-8, like you said, and he'll be, yeah, exactly, and he'll be in the playoffs, and we'll probably lose in the first or second round. I'm telling you right now, the Steelers will never go to another Super Bowl with Mike Tomlin. So. And I've already said what I'm going to say, and I'm going to say it again, that if they do, you know what's happening. So, but I don't think it's going to happen because I don't think it's going to – it will happen. He did get his 200th win today. He's tied with Don Shula. And he did say to Smoking Jim Frazier that he was going to beat Don Shula's record. That's why we need him to win next week or against the Ravens because it'll be 201. Which then means he'll beat Don Shula. And then when his contract's up, he can step down and retire because he's done it all. Okay? He's pretty much done it all. So, he has the best regular season. He'll have the best regular season record in the NFL, and he'll satisfy himself in his goals. And he can go bye-byes because that's what I want done. And I'm sure a lot of other Steeler fans as well.
This is officially 19 years with 500 or better.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he has not had a losing season. He really hasn't. And I mean, I don't admire anybody for that. The objective in the NFL, and Bill Cowher will tell you this, if you're not in the NFL to go to the Super Bowl, you don't need to be in it. And that's the way I look at things too. Okay. He hasn't won a playoff game since 2016. I mean, come on. I mean, and 9-8 and 10-7 and getting blown out in the first round of the playoffs. That's just unacceptable. But I don't see that happening this year. We have Aaron Rodgers. We don't have Russell Wilson like we did last year.
Right.
Calvin Austin back in the tub. Can't help the club if you're in the tub. I always say that too. Here we are with him again.
I thought Alex Highsmith played pretty good.
Alex Highsmith, I think, and I agree. This is the only thing I agreed with Tony Romo today on was that Alex Highsmith had a good game. He did point that out, and
he almost got he stripped the fumble. Almost did. I mean, he was.
I couldn't believe we got that safety. I mean, I couldn't believe that. That was a shock and a half because we don't blitz that much, So, but we've been doing pretty good. We had a lot of third downs that we were able to move. We're 64% in the league. I think we're like 8th or 7th in the league in third downs. Red zone percentage is high since Aaron Rodgers has been here. We're scoring more touchdowns than field goals.
He's not actually going to admit it, but I think he's actually calling the plays now.
Oh, he is. He already said he was going to call the plays. I already heard that statement from my sources.
I think he started that last.
He has to because Arthur Smith is horrible. He's a horrible game planner and a horrible everything.
I think he started to call his own plays. I think he's doing audibles now.
But see, Claudio Rosano said this, and those of you who don't know, Claudio's on with me on the Sports Corner radio show. He's a good friend of mine. We're also on Steel City Sports World together Wednesday night at 9:00 and on YouTube and Facebook. Claudio even said it. How does this guy become a head coaching candidate all the time? What is it in this guy that everybody wants to interview him for a head coaching job? I heard he's up for the job in Tennessee now. I heard he's getting ready to interview for that at the end of the year or something. I don't know. You know what I mean? I mean, come on. Really? If he was that good, Atlanta would have went to the Super Bowl. If he was that good, Atlanta would have made the playoffs. He only had 5 wins. In the seasons he was there, ask Brandon Keeler. He'll tell you. So, and then what's Atlanta do? Go out and hire that boob, Raheem Morris, who can't head coach his way out of a paper bag. Good defensive coordinator, though. Was good with the Rams. Good defensive coordinator. Horrible head coach. This was his second stint that went bad. Dennis Allen's second stint went bad as well. And now he's the defensive coordinator with the Bears and doing pretty decent with the Bears as their defensive. Again, here's another guy. Can't head coach, but can be a really good coordinator. So Arthur Smith's not a good coordinator. He just got lucky in Tennessee. He had Derrick Henry. He had, power running game. And, the Mike Vrabel and his, power running game kind of concept. We're going to run the football, play good defense. Yeah, exactly. So, and just to let you know that. All right. We're going to wrap this up quickly tonight here at Pensman. We don't have too much more to talk about. But tonight's Ravens-New England game, what's your thoughts? What do you think? I think New England's going to win. I'm taking New England 20. New England 24. Ravens 14. That's my score for tonight.
I have 24-21, but
okay, yeah, it might be a dogfight. I don't know, but I hope Drake May throws all over the place, and I don't like Josh McDaniel.
It all depends on Derrick Henry how he responds.
Well, yeah,
if he has a big game, and
if you don't have fumbleitis,
can't get to him.
Yeah. If you don't have fumbleitis, I mean.
Yeah,
he always. I can't wait to see what's going to happen when they play the Steelers at home for the last game of the year. That's going to be real interesting because John Harbaugh will screw up again. Dan Campbell, the gambling man today, had to eat a 4th down, at least 2. I think he ate 2 4th downs. I think, 2 or 3 he ate today. Steelers made him eat it. So
Yeah.
But that's what happens when you gamble on 4th down all the time. You know what I mean? So.
I don't know.
All right, Pensman, any last-minute thoughts before we wrap it up tonight?
It should only take me about 10 minutes, okay?
No, nothing. I have nothing else.
All right.
You're good.
For Pensman Sports, I'm Ralph Williams. This has been the post-game show. Sorry we had a short show tonight, but we didn't have a lot to talk about as well. And also, I'm going to give another rundown of the scores real quick before we cancel out here.
One more thing to say, Ralph, before you do that.
Go ahead.
I'm at 1,105, I think. Please subscribe to my channel. Please help me get to 1,200. Later on, when I get home, I'm planning on doing more Steelers stuff. We have another winning season, so hopefully we get another winning record. Hopefully we get in the playoffs, clinching it. So that's what's going on there.
All right, here we go. I forgot about tomorrow night's game. 49ers versus the Colts. The Colts have been falling down. They got Phillip Rivers at quarterback. Do you see the 49ers defense making them eat it, or what do you think, Pensman, on this game tomorrow night?
I think 49ers are going to win this game. I think the Colts they started out good, but they're just not finishing well.
Shane Steichen got egg on his face. Anthony Richardson hasn't worked out, although he's been hurt, but he still hasn't worked out for that team. And Daniel Jones is hurt. So now they're down to Phillip Rivers. They had to get him off the couch and get him out there. The Lions play the Vikings next week.
Desperate measures.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, you know what? I think the Steelers should sign Phillip Rivers next year. Can you imagine him and Rodgers on the same team? I think Rodgers will be back next year too. There you go. Bring in these nice veteran quarterbacks.
He wants to come back and be a bridge quarterback to whoever they draft.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, that'll work. All right, next week's games real quick, Pensman. Cowboys, Commanders. I think the Commanders will win this at home. Cowboys got the start taken out today.
That should be a tie.
Yeah, it could be. You never know. I think the Cowboys got the starch taken out of them today. Broncos, Chiefs next week. I see the Broncos kicking butt and taking names, although they lost today to Jacksonville. It's at home. The Ravens take on the Packers next week at home at Lambeau Field. I see the Packers winning that game. Yep, because I think the Ravens are going to blow it tonight. They're going to blow it against the Packers. They're going to blow it against the Steelers. And who knows? Patriots play the Jets next week. Patriots will win that. Jaguars and Colts. Jaguars, I'm taking on that one. Let's go with Seahawks and the Panthers. Seahawks are on a roll. We'll go with them. That's Sunday.
Carolina has to win. Carolina has to win in order to win the division.
Yeah. Can you imagine that?
If Tampa Bay loses, it's one of them. They have a 98% chance of winning division.
Yeah, the Giants play the Raiders, and then we have Sunday Night Football next week, the Bears and the 49ers. And then we have the Lions and Vikings, Texans and Chargers, Buccaneers versus the Dolphins, the Battle of Florida. I hope the Dolphins win that game. I really want to see Dave Canellis and Carolina succeed this year. That'd be interesting. So Steelers, Browns, of course, 1 o'clock next week.
Hold on, Ralph. Ewers need to play better than he did today.
Who?
Ewers.
Oh, yeah, he does. He does need to play. Oh, by the way, those of you who did not know, Christian Kuntz was not the long snapper today for the Steelers. They signed Cal Amaritis from former Pitt Panther, played for the Cincinnati Bengals, got cut by the Bengals, picked up by another team. They cut him. He was sitting out there on waivers, and the Steelers picked him up. He was the long snapper today because Kuntz couldn't do it because he has a knee injury. So just to let you know that as well. And also, I think they activated Logan Lee for today as well, I think. He was taking snaps at long snapper at the beginning of the year. Cardinals versus the Bengals next week. Bengals will win that game. Eagles and Bills. That ought to be a really interesting game right there, Eagles and Bills. But that's in Buffalo. So we'll see how that works out, Pensman. I know you're not an Eagles fan. I
don't think the Eagles care anymore. They got the division wrapped up.
So. Yeah, they can kind of coast until they get to the playoffs. So, Pensman, last-minute thoughts. Tell everybody how they can get a hold of you, and we'll wrap it up right now.
You can find me on YouTube at Pensman Sports, and then you can find me on Twitch at Pensman Sports 07. And then please, I got over 1,100, and I'm not getting any emails. Please email me at pensmansports@gmail.com. I would greatly appreciate that if you could.
And also
we're all one happy family. We're supposed to comment.
Yes, we are.
So please comment.
Yes, we are. Also, Ralph Williams 737 @gmail.com. I got an email today from Pete. He said I'm a warrior for the handicapped people, and I want to thank Pete for that email today. Said he listens to my radio shows, and he said you're a warrior for the handicapped people. I want to say thank you for that as well. All right. Also, our closing sponsor for today is the Bonfire Restaurant, Ocean City, Maryland. New sponsor to the show. Visit the Bonfire Buffet Restaurant. I got to tell you, the Bonfire, they make some really good food. Pensman and I have eaten there together. And I got to tell you, they make some really good food there at the Bonfire. Check them out. The Buffet Restaurant. You leave here hungry, you did something wrong. I mean, you really did. So there you go. There's their menu for New Year's Eve. Don't forget to call them today. 410-524-7171 Bonfire Restaurant. Sent you. All right. For Pensman Sports, I'm Ralph Williams. Thank you for being part of the show today. And don't forget, like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Also, like and subscribe to my Twitter channel. I'm up to 410. Help me get up to 500 by the end of next year or before that. Help me get to 500. I'm at 410. And also, don't forget to Facebook. Also, you can find me on Twitter, X Kick, and also other Instagram, TikTok, and other social media platforms. For Pensman Sports, I'm Ralph Williams. Have yourself a great one, and please, by all means, please be safe. Thank you.